What's up, guys? Today I'm going to share with you 3 unique ways to open a restaurant with absolutely no money. I personally have done this a few times back in the day. As of now, I have 9 restaurants. We do a bit over $1 million a month in sales. Let's get right to it. The first tactic I've used back in the day was utilizing a seller's note. So what is a seller's note? That means you're buying someone's restaurant, but you're not paying them today, you're paying them in the future. The way it works in practice is I would approach someone and say, all right, I'm interested in purchasing your restaurant, but I don't have the purchase price right now, which let's say it's $50,000. I can't afford to pay you the $50,000 today, but I'll pay you that $50,000 over 3 years. The reason why a seller would agree to this is because you collateralize it. You say, okay, I'll pay you the $50,000 over 3 years, and if I, for any reason, miss a payment or I don't make it to the $50,000, you can have the restaurant back. So they have essentially no risk because you could pay them for 3 or 4 months and then they have that money and then they get the restaurant back and then they can sell it again. Now, obviously this is risky, but remember, you're coming at this with no money. So you're gonna have to take some risk to get this done. I did this in the past and it worked out great. Of course, it can work out badly, but nothing in life is without risk. Even if you have a job, you could still get fired. So, take everything with a grain of salt, but I think that if you really have the dream and the desire to own a restaurant and you have no money and you think you can do it, just like I did, go for it. How do you find a deal like this? I use LoopNet, BizBuySell. There are a bunch of different places. Even real estate agents will know of restaurants in the area that are for sale. Typically, I would try to go after someone whose business has been on the market for a while, so they're a little bit desperate, more flexible to make a deal. And anyways, this has worked great for me, and I think it could work really well for you as well. The next way that I've opened a restaurant for with no money is using a similar tactic, but instead of a seller's note, it's a landlord's note. So you're going to be looking for a landlord that owns a building that has a restaurant space in it that's been on the market for a while. So a little bit desperate. And now you approach them. And remember, if a landlord has a restaurant space that's available, you could just lease it, but that's not no money down. Of course, this is a way that I've done it many times, but it's not no money down because you're going to have to pay the security deposit, which is usually 2 months rent plus another month's rent. So that will, that's a decent amount of money right there. So what I do is I say, okay, I can't afford to pay you all of this up front, but I'll pay all of that after 3 months, and we'll sort of spread those payments out over 6 or 12 months. So starting on the 3rd or 4th month, I'll start paying rent, plus I'll start paying a prorated portion of the money that I owe you from not paying those expenses up front. So a landlord with a hot space in a market, and they can rent it in 5 minutes, this isn't going to work. Someone who's a little bit desperate, they'll be willing to work with you. And in some cases, I've had a landlord not only let me take over the space out of the gate with no money down, they also gave me a loan of $10,000 to clean it up and get some new equipment in there. They want their space to look good too. So, why wouldn't they want you to invest money into their building? So it's a great way to also do it. The third way is a little bit complicated, and it's a very specific type of landlord that will want to do this. We're looking for, once again, a landlord that's a bit desperate with a space that's available. And in this case, the landlord has an interest in the restaurant business. So you bring them on as a partner, the owner of the building on as a partner, for 10% of your sales. I've done this before. Actually, when I did it for 15% of sales, which was a mistake. I recommend doing it for 10% of sales. That's a fair number. And I go into a lot of detail with this in my full course. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed these 3 ways of opening up a restaurant with absolutely no money. I'm going to be covering 3 more next week, and I go into tons of detail on how to negotiate these deals and find these deals and do all of this on my course at restaurantlaunch.com. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing tons of videos like this with all types of tips on how to open restaurants, how to operate restaurants, and how to grow your restaurants. Anyways, thank you. See you in the next one.